Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's actually very difficult for me to look into my camera right now because I've changed my ring light slightly. So now there's like one orange bar at the bottom and then three white ones. Hopefully to try and warm this up a bit because I usually find I look so washed out. So hopefully this looks a little bit better in terms of that. I've also got my microphone quite close to me, so hopefully the sound for me when I'm editing and everything is better. But anyway, today, if you couldn't tell by the title, we are reviewing the Superdrug Vitamin E skincare range. So I have the majority, if not all of the range. There's one item I won't be showing you here in person, not because I finished it, but because it's actually in my shower in a soap dish. So it's just a bit inconvenient to bring it here. So I'm just going to go through my thoughts on this range, on the individual items as to whether or not I think they're worth it or not. So I'm going to start off kind of going in order of how I'd use them. So first off, we have the serum. Now this, I don't know how much of it I've used, but I use it mostly twice a day. If it will probably be mostly once a day, but sometimes it will be twice a day if I remember. It also depends on what moisturizer I'm using, but I'll get into that in a minute. This is very nice. It does add a bit of like an extra boost of hydration if you're the kind of person who needs it. Personally, I am. So with this, you use 1 to 2 pumps. I use 2 for my face. And I find it works best if you really massage it into the skin and then give it a minute or two to sink in before going in with a moisturizer. And the reason for that is the day cream, if you put this on top and you don't again really rub this in and give time in between these two items for them to sink in, this will ball up if you touch your face, rub your face, put foundation on top of it. It all balls up and it's not very nice, honestly, that feeling. It's very strange. You have to really rub this product into your skin to prevent that and give time for all the products to sink in before moving on to doing makeup. Also the thing is with this, this is the day cream, yeah. This has SPF 15, which is good, but it pretty much smells like sun cream. Like, it smells exclusively like sun cream, and it also feels like you're putting sun cream on rather than a moisturizer. When I first started using this, this was not enough moisture for my skin because it was really like cold outside. So this was not enough. My skin still felt really dry. It didn't feel like it was moisturizing my skin. Now it's a little bit better. You have to, like, if you have really dry skin or you're going through a weird moment, honestly use this a couple of times a day. But this is not the most moisturizing cream you could have. This does say for normal to dry skin. I partly don't agree with that because, again, if you've got dry skin, it's maybe not the best. That being said, it works fine for me right now, so I don't mind it now I've actually got this to work better. Okay, then I would go in with an eye cream. This is obviously the eye cream. Again, this can ball up if you don't rub it in properly. Like, if you use too much of any of these 3 products, it will ball up. You have to really use just what's needed and really rub it in, otherwise it just ball up and it's just not the nicest. And especially when it's under your eye, if you like just have something in your eye or like an eyelash and you want to rub it away, you're gonna have your whole cream rub away as well, which is just great. Okay, then I will go on to the Hydrating Mist. I had used this before, so I know I like it. The only thing I don't like is the spray. It's very violent, honestly. If you spray this, no matter how far away it is, that whole area of your face will be wet. So a lot of people say this is a very good dupe for the MAC Fix Plus, which I do now have and I do use. I haven't looked at the ingredients, but apparently the ingredients are exactly the same in this as they are MAC Fix Plus. But I've tried to use this on my face after makeup and it ruins it because the spray is just so violent. It's like cascades just water all over your face and it just makes your makeup kind of slip and slide and move around. So unless you want to put this in like a bottle with a very good spray on it, don't use this as setting spray, in my opinion. Okay, now if it was like a night time, I'd obviously take my makeup off. So this is the Hot Cloth Cleanser. It comes with a muslin cloth. I will admit I'm terrible for taking my makeup off fully. And by fully I mean I take it all off with the micellar water, but I don't do a double cleanse that often. But when I have used this, I really like it. It does get that last bit of makeup off your face, and it's not very drying, you know. Your skin doesn't feel like you've had all of the natural oils and everything just pulled out of it. It doesn't feel dry and horrible basically after using this. It doesn't necessarily feel moisturized, but it feels very soft. I will say all of these products are around $2.99, like they're really affordable. So yeah, this I really like, especially I think this is maybe $4.99 because obviously it's a big 200ml bottle. It'll take you a while to get through this, and you get a muslin cloth, but this I do really like. The next thing is the facial exfoliating soap. So like I said, that's in my shower at the minute. So the facial soap is quite possibly my favourite item out of this whole collection. It has like bits in it, like big kind of chunks that are meant to help exfoliate your face. I wouldn't say for me I've seen any exfoliating properties to it necessarily, but I really like it. I have quite big pores, and I've always had a problem with blackheads on my nose, and so if I would just take my makeup off, usually I'd feel like a build-up of sebum kind of in my pores. My nose would feel bumpy, and it never felt nice, and a lot of cleansers wouldn't really do anything for that. This one isn't bad. My skin does feel clean and smooth, but the soap really clears out my pores, and I don't know how it's so good at this, but my nose just feels so smooth. It feels so clean. It feels like all of that dirt and sebum has just been pulled out of my nose without needing to use like a pore strip. Like, my skin feels so smooth and clean after I use it. It's definitely my favorite item. It is a little bit drying, but if you just moisturize straight away, use the serum, the eye cream, the moisturizer, and the spray, it's absolutely fine. And I do have really dry skin. If I come out the shower, I have to moisturize like as soon as I come out, so that I don't get really dry, flaky face. But it's definitely my favorite item out of the whole entire collection. Okay, the last thing is the night cream. This has a very different texture. That's my wrist clicking into the microphone if you heard that. This is a very different texture to the day cream. The day cream is very thick, it's very mousse-like, whereas the night cream is like a gel. It's very lovely and soothing on the face. Again, I wouldn't say it's the most hydrating night cream I've ever used, but this consistency is a lot better and doesn't ball up so much. But again, don't use too much, and make sure you really rub it in, because otherwise it can ball up sometimes. So overall, I really like each of the products, some more than others. I think the ones I like the most are the serum, the night cream, and both the cleansers. I don't find this hydrating mist does a whole lot for my face, but it is definitely hydrating. The eye cream, I've used ones that feel exactly the same and don't ball up. And the day cream, I have a different cleanse. I have the Superdrug Vitamin C moisturizer, which is just a whole lot better. The only thing is it doesn't have SPF in it. But again, that day cream feels like it's pretty much just a sun cream. So yeah, my least favorite item is possibly the day cream or the eye cream. But realistically, when everything is about it's about $2.99, sorry. It's really not that bad of a range. It's very affordable, and everything seems to work well together. I find I rarely have any problems with my skin. I've never really been one to get many spots anyway. I get like hormonal breakouts on my chin, and the occasional one somewhere else on my face. But for the most part, I don't really have any problems. So I suppose it depends on if you have more acne prone skin or not. But if you're kind of like me, have more normal skin, I think if you have really dry skin, this range isn't going to do enough for you. Maybe the cleansing parts, but the moisturizers aren't going to do enough for you, frankly. But if you have normal to oily skin, I think these would be good as well. So even though they say normal to dry, I think if you have oily skin, I don't think they're going to do too bad for you. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Let me know if you've tried out this range and what you think of it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!